Ladies and gentlemen, we're literally hours into the Trump presidency, and within the last week and a half or 2 weeks, we've seen Trump rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. We've seen Trump try to buy Greenland, try to annex Canada, or speaking of annexing Canada, and now we've seen him launch 2 meme coins, which with very, very questionable tokenomics. I mean, one of the coins, official Trump has 80% of the supply held in one wallet, with the biggest wallets selling on the way up. The exact same thing with Melina coin, his wife's coin, and both of them are down quite massively from highs at the moment. And obviously all of this controversy and this classic Trump stuff, really, all of this stuff has led to very dramatic effects in the markets, very turbulent effects in the markets, especially in the short term. We'll discuss all that in this video. We know that Trump can have an effect on the markets. We know that because we saw the Trump pump, okay? I call it the Trump pump because it is the Trump pump. It occurred in November. It led to the end of this 8-month consolidation. We saw the election, and immediately we pretty much started skyrocketing. A lot of the anticipation, a lot of the fears about the election, a lot of the theories that a lot of the crypto market had about the election were, heavily leaning in Trump's favor, right? People were not really too keen on a Kamala presidency. And it doesn't really matter what your politics are, it doesn't matter what you think about that. I'm not even saying what I think about that. I'm just saying it's simply true that most people in financial markets, specifically in crypto, probably lean towards Trump more than they do towards Kamala. And so Trump winning, just from a sentiment perspective, is good for markets because market moves on sentiment. Market moves on what people in the market think is going to happen. And if most people in the market want one thing to happen, that thing happening is going to lead to the price going upwards. So it's completely apolitical. It's just what happened. Trump winning led to a massive move to the upside, or at least was one of the catalysts for a move to the upside that was probably programmed anyway, let's say it that way. And so obviously, whatever Trump does, especially in the last week, is going to have moves on the markets. And that's what we've seen. Now, look, I completely think the meme coin stuff, all of this with official Trump, Melina, is pretty much just despicable. I don't think it does anything good for crypto. That's my opinion. I think they're scam coins, quite frankly, and they might not be scam coins for the intent of money, but they're definitely, the tokenomics are extremely questionable. I'll say that. No one would buy these coins if they didn't have the name of Trump and Melina on them. I don't think anyone should touch them, quite frankly. But this is all kind of aside from the point. The point is, these coins have drained money from the rest of the market, and they've sucked up liquidity from the rest of the market, and this is probably what's led to the intense volatility in the past few days. So let's talk about it. Here are the questions we're answering today. Given the volatility, has anything actually changed, or is it just short-term price action that we shouldn't worry about? And also, what's the deal with altcoins? Because altcoin market specifically has been moving quite massively during this period of time. Are altcoins okay? Is everything still okay with an altcoin season? Those are the things we'll be discussing today. It shouldn't take too long, guys. It's a bit of a messy video to match the messiness of the market, I suppose. So let's get into it. Before we do so, BitTuneX exchange and the BitGet exchange, these 2 exchanges are the exchanges I advertise on this YouTube channel. I've been doing that for years in the case of BitGet since 2022. And in the case of BitTuneX, it's been about a year now, or a bit over a year. Okay, so they're very good exchanges. I don't just say that. I use them both personally. I reached out to them for partnership. They did not reach out to me. I don't get paid by them to advertise this. I literally do it on my own accord. I just get a referral link. And with that referral link, I tell you guys, please sign up with it. If you sign up with it, you get a 15% trading fee discount attached to your account for life. So it's a win-win scenario for me and you. You're getting access to very reliable exchanges. You're trusting exchanges to keep your money safe. You're paying them money and fees. So you better be on a good one. Use those links down below. Let's get into the content. Right, so Trump affects markets. We know that. Whatever Trump does, it affects the markets. Him getting elected affected the markets. We went upwards. Him releasing 2 meme coins with very questionable tokenomics, but even putting that aside, him releasing 2 meme coins, of course, is going to affect the market. And we saw him release official Trump coin. It climbed up to a market cap of, let's go ahead and check it out, around 14 billion within a day. And now it's back down quite massively. It's dropped about 50%, more than 50%, which is expected. It's a meme coin. It's a meme coin with shit tokenomics, quite frankly. And the same thing with his wife's coin. Okay, so pumped up quite hugely, and now it's way down. It's like 60, 70% down. What did people expect here? Let's be real. The problem is these coins sucked up a massive amount of liquidity in the market, a massive amount of the volume and attention went into these coins. People sold their Bitcoin so they could buy this coin. People sold their altcoins so they could buy this coin. And I would attribute that to being the main cause of the volatility over the last couple of days. Unfortunately, guys, the simple scenario is the charts looked very good a few days ago. If we rewind the price action to just before, literally just before the first meme coin, the first Trump coin was released, we saw very, very clean price action. Okay, we had this range. It was sitting on top of this yellow support line, stepping backwards from 2021. You can see that clear support right there. Okay, if we zoom up, you can see clear support on yellow, bouncing off of it over and over again. We had a clear dividing line in the sand in red at 102,000, which separated the bullish part of the range from the bearish part of the range. Okay, accumulation occurred below 102,000. We rejected from that level many times, and we had just gotten above it. We'd just seen a resistance support flip. Everything looked great. We were looking to go up and breach all-time highs. And then the Trump coin released. And I mean, it would take a NASA rocket scientist to decode the price action there. God knows what that is. Okay, it's just an absolute random, just compilation of nonsense, essentially. And so for that reason, we're not even going to really try and even look into the short term here. All we're going to look at right now is the fact that we do have a pink support line holding whatever the structure is up. And unfortunately, the red line at 102,000, the previously very, very important level, doesn't seem to be very important anymore. It's just kind of there, and it's not really doing much. The price just doesn't really care about it. There's been too many events, and unfortunately, rational price action has gone out the window. For that reason, I don't really feel the need to look too heavily into the short term. I don't really care about it. The short term, at this point, in my view, for all I know, could continue just acting randomly until the news dies down, until the inauguration is fully complete, until everything's back to normal again. But yeah, we've got a support line there in pink. Who knows if that will hold? I can't tell. Who knows? There might be another meme coin on the way. But what I can say is this: Bitcoin is still above its macro support zone that is held throughout the entirety of the range, for the most part, which is this line from 2021 in yellow. Until that breaks, Bitcoin's in a macro uptrend, Bitcoin's bullish. And even if that broke, we'd still be bullish below that a little bit until levels like the weekly chart Gaussian channel and stuff like that breaks, and that's very far away, not worth worrying about. So the fact of the matter is the macro structure is still bullish. A lot of people have been very concerned about altcoins in this price range. I don't necessarily see what the concern is there. Ethereum is in the exact same triangle it was in a few days ago. All of this price action on Bitcoin, all of this irrational kind of up and down on Bitcoin hasn't seemed to affect Ethereum that much, which is the leader of the altcoin market. We're still in the same structure. Nothing's changed for Ethereum. Still a bullish structure right there. As for the total cryptocurrency market cap, again, same macro structure. We've got this support zone stemming backwards from early November, which we are holding right now, horizontally speaking. Big wicks to the upside and downside, but no change on the macro. And with the total 3 cryptocurrency market cap, same thing again. Okay, we've got the weekly chart right here. We have resistance stemming from 2021. We've tested that resistance a couple of times, unable to break above it. We saw another retest last week. Again, unable to break above it, but nothing really changing. We're still in the same zone, right? So nothing's changed at all, really. Even looking at something like Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin dominance has slightly ticked to the upside. So, altcoins have been getting, a little bit of a bad end of the stick here in comparison to Bitcoin in the last few days. But overall, we know that the Bitcoin dominance chart moves cyclically, just like the Bitcoin chart, just like how Bitcoin has the 4-year cycle, which is based on date range trends, which suggests that we're going to be seeing a top in the market later this year in October, roughly. We have the same thing on Bitcoin dominance, okay? Bitcoin dominance drops, and hence altcoin seasons usually last around 322 days. And if that trend was to continue, we would be seeing the bottom on Bitcoin dominance in October this year. And so far, since we are not at new highs on Bitcoin dominance, there's no reason to believe that trend is broken. At this point in time, we can still expect Bitcoin dominance to continue downwards until later this year, as previously expected, right? Nothing's changed here on the macro. So it's worth noting, even though we've seen all this weird stuff going on in the past few days, just in terms of news, in terms of price action, it's really all null and void. It means nothing. The only structural change that I have seen in the entirety of the crypto market right now is this level at 102,000, this red level, which was previously very, very important, is probably not very important anymore. And that's due to the fact that it just couldn't withstand, it couldn't hold its importance in wake of the major news events that were occurring every single day over the last few days. And it's lost its importance. So we do need to look for more clarity in the short term over the next few days, but the time to do that is not when the volatility is still there. The volatility is still there. We need to wait for it to calm down, and then we can look for clarity in the short term. There's literally no point wasting our time and our breath discussing it at this point in time. We were at all-time highs a few hours ago, and now we're back at 102K, okay? By the time this video releases, we'll probably be somewhere else. There's no point. So those are the blunt truths of the chart right now. Literally nothing's changed except for some short-term irrationalities. And when, I assume this is what will happen, this is what usually happens, when the fundamentals clear up, when there is less news coming out every single day, when the meme coins stop rolling out of the Trump administration, we will see the price action calm down and return to rationality. And then we can discuss the short-term price action once more. Let's just hope the damage is not too extensive by then. So a bit of a choppy video, a bit of a messy video to match the messy market right now, but there's really nothing else to say. Bitcoin technically saw an all-time high yesterday, so that was interesting. Hopefully next time we get to all-time highs, it will be a bit more sustained. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Again, check out these exchanges, the Bittunix exchange and the BitGet exchange. Bittunix being global non-KYC and BitGet being global minus the USA. Use my links down below to get a 15% trading fee discount attached to your account for life. Again, exclusively with those referral links down below. The last thing I'll mention before we end the video here is my VIP group on Telegram. If you want altcoin trading signals, I post them 4 times a week on VIP. They have a 78% win rate over the course of 3 consecutive years of posting to that VIP group. So very, very good stuff there. Check it out if you're interested. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll catch you tomorrow.